Blessings and peace to you. This is SB Favor Thinking Podcast, and my name is SB Favor. How are you doing today? It is Wednesday, November 22nd, 2023. Another wonderful day and another day to be thankful. Yes, another day to be thankful. And as I always say, if you focus on what is good, then you can project something good to happen when you focus on what is good. Yes, because your thoughts are like forces. Your thoughts have the ability to give energy and faith to something that you want to see happen. So you don't want to focus on something negative and create something negative to happen. So focus on what is good. You can never go wrong when you focus on what is good. It's beneficial to focus on what is good. If you are out there traveling about today, this afternoon, this evening, keep yourself safe, keep your family members safe. Make sure you use your hand sanitizer. Make sure you are not distracted by being on your phone. Yes. Stay focused when you are out in the public. There's a lot going on and you need to be focused. Keep yourself safe. Keep your family members safe. Say a prayer and just be focused. I always remind you of these things because I care. So do your part to stay safe and keep your family members safe. If you would like to give to the podcast, you can give at Cash App, $SB Favor, or you can give at Venmo at SB Favor. Once again, if you would like to give to the podcast, you can give at Cash App, $SB Favor, or Venmo at SB Favor. Thank you so much for your support and your donations. Well, I have an inspirational quote for you today. But before I get into my inspirational quote, I just want to wish everyone a happy Thanksgiving, a safe and blessed, productive, healing holiday. My prayer is that you get with friends and family members and show them love and show them that you appreciate them. Cherish this moment with the family members you have in front of you. I know many of us are thinking about family members and friends that have passed on, but please understand, we must focus on those that are in front of us. Yes. We should always memorialize and think of those that have passed on because we miss them. I miss my mother. I miss a lot of family members that have gone on, but they are in a better place because I believe in heaven. I believe that heaven is a real place of nothing but goodness, love, rejoicing in music, and just the power of God. So focus on what is good. And when it comes to your family members, those that have passed on, focus on what is good concerning that. But most importantly, focus on the family members that you have in front of you. They have need of you in this moment, in this hour. They have need of your love, your attention, your affection. They have need of you. So spend this time, this holiday, focused on what is important. So I do have an inspirational quote for you, and my inspirational quote is, embrace the unknown, for it holds the key to becoming the extraordinary you were always meant to be. I'm going to read that again. Embrace the unknown, for it holds the key to becoming the extraordinary you were always meant to be. Embracing the unknown. What comes to your mind when you think about embracing the unknown? When you embrace the unknown, you walk in confidence. You will walk in confidence knowing that God has good things in store for you. Embracing the unknown. Embracing the unknown has everything to do with believing in something, expecting something good. Yes, embracing the unknown. Embracing the unknown has everything to do with a peace, knowing who is in control. Because in the midst of embracing the unknown, it's not a comfortable place. Because many of us want to know what's going to happen next and how it's going to happen and who's going to do it, and this is what it's going to be. When we pray about something, some of us expect for God to give us the whole plan, but it doesn't happen like that. Sometimes we have to sit and wait with expectation and anticipation, believing that all things are working out for us, embracing the unknown. There are so many discomforts that could be in embracing the unknown, but it's something that will increase your faith, because when you don't know when something or how something is going to happen, you have to have faith and confidence in God. It's mandatory in the moment. It's no longer a comfort zone, but it's a place of growth. And there are limitless possibilities because you have confidence and faith in God. When you are embracing the unknown, there are potentially many new experiences that will open your eyes to new things. But you have to have an open mind about it. Good things, that is. Don't think about failing. Don't think about failing. Only think about the things that are good. Only think about the things that bring solutions and good things to you when you embrace the unknown. Always keep a mindset of inspiration. Yes, keep a mindset of inspiration, because if you fall into a place of fear or unbelief, it's not beneficial. Yes, sometimes we could have a thought of fear or a thought of unbelief. Those things come sometimes because we're human, but we have to make sure that we are aware of what we are thinking, not to stay in that place and not to become submerged with fear and submerged with doubt or unbelief when we embrace the unknown. Embracing the unknown can be exciting if you look at it that way. Because if you just see the prayer already answered, if you just see that all things are working out for you, you're not trying to figure it out. You're not trying to see how it's going to happen, but you're just believing that it's going to happen. Embracing the unknown puts you in a position of growth without your permission. Yes, it puts you in a position of growth without your permission, because you have to walk it out. You have to walk it out. Recently, over the last few months, certain things happened into my life. I don't want to go all into deep details because I just don't. But certain things were going on with me personally. And in the process of it all, I kept telling myself, okay, all things are working out for me. All things are working out for me. And in the midst of waiting to see my prayers answered, in the midst of believing that my prayers are already answered, in the midst of knowing that prayer works, knowing that God heard me, I still kept telling myself all things are working out for me. That moment was a moment of embracing the unknown, because I didn't know how it was going to work out. I just believed that it was going to work out, the issue that I had. So in the process of waiting to experience the manifestation, I just believed that I was walking in the manifestation, embracing the unknown. So, make a long story short, the problem worked out. It worked out. I couldn't understand how it was going to work out when I tried to think about it. But I wasn't supposed to be thinking about how it was going to work out. I had to believe and declare and know all things are working out for me. Don't think that you have failed when you embrace the unknown. Don't think that you have failed. Don't think that you have to do all these steps and you have to take all these actions. If you have diligently worked on the problem, the issue, or if you have done your part, then guess what? You have done what you needed to do. But embracing the unknown has everything to do with your surrendering the problem, the issue, the circumstance, the situation. Your mandatory responsibility is to give it to God. And I know somebody might be thinking, how do you give it to God? How? I can hear you thinking that. How do you give it to God? You give it to God by simply saying, Lord, I believe you. I'm going to do my part. I'm going to give my best in the situation. But once I have done all that I know to do in my human capacity, now I give it to you. And that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to take on circumstances and situations by attending to those things, responding, planning, doing all that we know to do in our human capacity. Then we leave the rest to God. Yes, because there are some things that are out of our control. So we must give it to God. We can't change the next person. Sometimes you could talk and talk and talk and talk, and a person that you may have a problem with, they're not hearing you. Sometimes you might have a situation that's so far out of your control, you know that only God can fix it. Because it's not in your human control. So embracing the unknown is a place of change, newness, evolving, development, healing, and as I stated, growth. It's in the process of embracing the unknown, you're not trying to figure it out. You are allowing yourself to walk through a process by faith, embracing the unknown. Many of us have been in situations and circumstances and we said to ourselves, I don't know what to do, or how is this going to work out? Well, in the midst of whatever it is you are going through, no matter what it is, you have to believe that all things are working out for you. Even when it doesn't look good, when you embrace the unknown, you have to believe that all things are working out for you. And when you believe that all things are working out for you, then you will start to experience pieces coming together that are actually working out for you. Many times in my life, I have experienced different circumstances and situations, and I said, now, what am I going to do? And I had to learn in that moment. Instead of saying, what am I going to do? I started saying, all things are working out for me. In this moment, no matter what is going on in your life, you have to believe it with all your heart. Tell yourself every single day, all things are working out for me. I embrace the unknown. Why? Because God is in the unknown. He doesn't reveal everything to us. But it takes you to believe that all things are working out for you. You have to believe that. You have to stand on that every single day, no matter what it is. And don't think for a minute that you have failed. Circumstances and situations and issues and relationships and financial situations and job situations, life situations that might be uncomfortable are opportunities to grow. They're opportunities to be something better and new. Why? Because in the midst of a situation or circumstance, you have to look at it as an opportunity to learn something about yourself and others that you have never learned before. And when you do that, you embrace the unknown. And when I say embrace the unknown, I'm simply talking about not trying to figure out how it's going to work, when it's going to work, who's going to help. No, just believe that all things are working out for you. Leave the how to God. Yes, do your part. Whatever it is you're supposed to do, yes, do your part. But once you get to that place where you have done all that you have known to do, now you have to give it to God. Because all things are working out for you. You are becoming the extraordinary you were always meant to be. When you stand in the place of believing and knowing that all things are working out for you. Situations and circumstances sometimes will squeeze the mess out of us. It doesn't feel good when something is going on and when something is happening, when life circumstances pop up. It doesn't feel good. Some people are going through family circumstances, financial circumstances. Some people are going through marital circumstances. Some people are going through job situations where one side of the department was laid off. The other side of the department was elevated to a different position. And we're like, well, what is going on here? Everything was comfortable in your life. Now, all of a sudden, everything's uncomfortable because all of the uncertainty. But it's a process of embracing the unknown and believing that all things are working out for you. Because life is going to continue to happen. And as life, day by day, shapes itself based upon things that are beyond our control, we still have to believe that all things are working out for us. Be passionate about what you believe. Speak it out of your mouth. Pray about it constantly. But just believe that all things are working out for you. Believe that day by day. Change your mindset. And understand that God is sovereignly in control. And because He's sovereignly in control, all things are working out for you. So believe that and don't waver. Don't waver, but believe it every single day, because in the process of all things, you are becoming better. You are growing. If you are one of those people that use opportunities such as problems or situations and circumstances, if you use those things to grow, then you will become better and better and better and better. I said to a friend of mine last night, you must be comfortable with being uncomfortable sometime to get to the place you always wanted to be. You must be comfortable with being uncomfortable if you want to get to the place you always wanted to be. Yes, because God is working on all of us. He's working on all of us. Even if you don't believe that, He don't need your permission. He gave you breath today. He gave you life today. And He's working on you. He doesn't need your permission. Even if you don't believe in God, He's still working on you. Even if you are one of those just mean-spirited people and you just don't care about nothing, and you might be listening to this podcast, God is still working on you. Yes, 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 yes. He is. He's working on you. And He doesn't need your permission. Because if He turns off the breath switch, what will happen to you? You won't have what you need to live, right? So He don't need your permission to work on you. He's working on you. He's working on all of us. So through life situations and circumstances, yes, they are tools. They are tools. They're tools for us to grow. They are tools for us to be better. They are tools for us to be more humble. Yes, they are. Life circumstances. And I know it might be somebody out there, once again, I hear you. Might be saying, well, God don't use certain things to work on us. Oh, yes, He does. Why? I believe that because God does not waste anything. He does not waste anything. Believe that. That's why we have the word recycle or recycling, because nothing goes to waste. Nothing should go to waste. And so anything you are going through, anything that is happening in your life, it might not be in your life directly, even if it's happening in a friend's life or an extended family member's life, anyone that you are connected to, someone you are concerned about. Guess what? God is working on you. So we must embrace the unknown, because it is good for us to have faith. It is good for us to believe even when we see nothing. Yes, it is good for us to embrace the unknown. It is good for us to have faith and to believe even when we see nothing, because in nothing we can create something. Nothing we can create something. How? By what you do, by what you say, by the actions you take and the thoughts you have. Because we must embrace the unknown. It is good for us. It is healthy for us to embrace the unknown. And embrace the unknown with the projection. Knowing that you have the ability to change something by faith. Yes, embrace the unknown. Thank you, Lord. I was having a conversation with my sister last night, and we were talking about the time when my mother was ill at the end of her life here on the earth. And we prayed that my mother would be healed. And my sister said, God did heal our mother. And I said, yes, He did. He healed her His way. How? Because her body is now healed in heaven. So He still kept His word while we were embracing the unknown, believing that something was going to happen, but we didn't know how it was going to happen. So when my mom passed away, she passed away gracefully. Like my sister said, she wasn't snatched from us. She left gracefully. She left healed, because she has a healed body right now in heaven. So when God said he would heal her, he did it his way. Yes. So I share that with you to encourage you, to inspire you, to keep believing and to embrace the unknown. Things we don't understand, things we're not sure about, just embrace it. Embrace it by faith, knowing, believing that all things are working out for you. So I'm going to conclude this topic of this episode, and I thank you so much for tuning in to listen and share SB Favorite Thinking Podcast. I want to remind you once again, if you would like to give to this podcast, please give at Cash App, $SB Favor, or give at Venmo at SB Favor. If you feel uncomfortable giving at those sites, send me an email at sbfavor@yahoo.com, and I can give you instructions on how you can give, or go to my podcast Facebook page and you will see my address there. You can send donations there. So thank you for tuning in. And please share this podcast with others. I thank you. I appreciate you. And keep believing. Embrace the unknown. Believing by faith. When you see nothing, you can create something. Be safe over this holiday season and this week. I love you, listeners. And thank God. I thank God for every person that support this podcast. Excuse me. If you need to reach me, once again, you can reach me at sbfavor@yahoo.com via email. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. Subscribe to me, like my pages, leave me some feedback. I'm on Twitter, which is now X. If you would like to subscribe to me on a podcast network, you can listen to me on iHeartRadio, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Audible. Google me and you will find me. I thank you once again for tuning in. Share this podcast with others, and make sure you click like on my YouTube page, subscribe to the channel so that you can receive a notification every time there's a new episode of SB Favorite Thinking Podcast. Click the bell on YouTube and you will receive a notification every time I have a new episode. Once again, share this podcast with others. I appreciate you, listeners. Have a good week. Talk to you soon.